Hopefully this will work now. The technology is playing up. Unfortunately, it seems like we've lost Leon's live, which is a real shame. Um, any questions you would like to ask, I'm more than happy for people to ask. Let me see if I can get people back on. Sorry about that. Technology cut me off for some reason. Have no clue why. It seems like we've lost Leon's chat as well, as I said. But let me see if this will work now. It will work. Hello.
I think my camera's still frozen.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on. But we try to get through it as best we can, and hopefully we can get through it. But as I was saying, do you feel that it will be now a sustained campaign, or do you not feel it will be a sustained campaign?
I mean, I'm gonna go a bit outside the box, but I think like having it as a campaign, and I know you touched on it with Leon about educating in schools.
Hmm.
I feel like it needs to be integrated more as opposed to being making a point of it, because you're going to make it stand out as something that's almost not normal that needs to be changed in society. I feel like with mental health is something that needs to go along with physical health, especially in schools, and it should be something that's part of the physical education system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
basically, I'd have it part of physical education. I think it should go hand in hand, and it should be something that's a normal thing that everyone should have to think about.
100%. Um, Obviously, hopefully now, from my point of view again as well, with these higher profile people coming in, I hope that they do want to obviously do the campaign for the right reasons and not just for, um, I don't know, to a certain degree, media spotlight, because it's a massive thing to have them involved. And I feel we can bring light, but it also has got to be the right light and the right sustained campaign. Do you agree?
Yeah, it almost has a sense of, is it because it's fashionable to
Mm.
talk about it? A sense
Yeah.
from Prince William. I watched his thing this morning with David Beckham. I
Yeah.
don't get that sense when they're speaking, but I do find that some people, uh, not whether to be fashionable, but because it's a talking point that is in the limelight, are these people just getting roped in to make a
Mm.
point, not really about making a change? I know you mentioned with Leon as well about Marcus Rashford, who went out to make a change, and it's that sort of impact that is felt more. And I think that's one person.
Yeah. Do
And
you
if other people had that sort of mindset for mental health, more could be done as opposed to having to fly under a banner and make a point.
do you feel the word mental health can be used wrongly by certain people and it might be used too much?
I do think that some people can maybe I mean, not use it as an excuse, but use someone odd, acting out of character, and to just label it as mental health, which that can't be healthy for that person. Because if you're when people, some people use it as instead of a term as almost in a derogatory way. It's like
Mm.
their mental health isn't in the right place, or it's like it's used as a type of lingo as opposed to an actual physical or mental thing.
Yeah. Um, Ongoing, how do you feel clubs like yourself and other clubs what are promoting mental health and other awareness campaigns? What do you feel they can do better, or what they could do better or more often?
I think it's about, especially with the sport, is creating up that environment foremost. Having that place where everyone's in the same mindset, that you don't have to go into that environment and feel the need to sort of almost come out and mention it. It's straight off the bat creating
Yeah,
that environment for people just to say it. Um, like what Leon's doing with Stillman, I think is brilliant. And with Every Man Matters, with our like WhatsApp group and the sort of players we've got, we had that at the start. Funny enough, like straight away people were talking,
mm,
and it's because these people are from that. They've got that background, they've got that experience, and it was
yeah.
just straight away. We said this is a comfortable place for everyone to talk, and they've gone straight in and done that. I think that's what, yeah, that sort of needs to be done. But I suppose so. I feel like it's probably hard to change existing environments quickly, but yeah, it's just about from the top up at a club creating that environment, and it is easily done by accepting it and getting people to talk.
Last question. It's the same as Leon's and most of the questions. What I ask for everyone: what do you feel somebody should be doing if somebody around them is struggling with mental health? And what's your overall thoughts on mental health going forward?
I think ultimately it's all about, yeah, you got to communicate. And I say that it was just all easy for me. It's something I've naturally always done. Whether that's because of my family upbringing or just my mates being, supportive in that sense. But it, I'm with that one person can really make a difference. Just find that one person to talk to. It doesn't even have to be the best mate. Like for me, when I first started, it wasn't my best mate. It was someone I was most comfortable talking to about anything. And once I started doing that, that was it. I found I comfortably speak about anything to my mates, and it just got broader and broader and broader. I just feel like that's the first step is just finding someone to talk to, um, and it doesn't have to be like your best mate. It can just be someone. Um, and there's plenty of people out there who will listen. As Leon said, there's plenty of clubs, there's plenty of people out there that will listen to anyone.
Yeah. Obviously, Oliver, thank you for coming on. Obviously, it's been a nightmare with the technology and
Yeah, it's been an
everything.
experience.
Yeah. No, hopefully we can sort this out, the technology, and we get you back on another time, another a better chat, and
Yeah,
hopefully,
totally.
obviously, we can promote what you're doing at Every Man Matters, exactly the same as I said. If you've got anything you need to ask or help, yeah, just drop me a line, and hopefully, I'll be able to help in some way.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it's great.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Oliver.
No worries. Cheers,
Cheers.
Jamie.
Thank you. Bye bye. So yeah, sorry about that, everyone. The technology. Hopefully, you could hear the conversation, what we was doing, and everything like that. I'm not too sure if he's going to save or not. I don't think Leon's has saved, which is unfortunate. As I say, technology does go bad sometimes. Let me get the last guest on. Uh, See if it's better with. Oh, hello.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the technology, so hopefully it's all right at the moment.
First,
Yeah, so if for the ones who are in here or watching it back, mate, hopefully later on, um, what's your name and what club are you connected to?
I'm Mike Pollard. I'm the manager and the founder of Sands United here in Kent.
So when you say obviously Sounds United, it's a big organisation or charity. Do you want to explain what Sands United is? Obviously, it's in different parts of the UK, and I'm guessing going as far as they can now. So, yeah, do you want to explain what
Yeah,
Sands
so
United is?
yeah, well, SANS, the Stillbirth and Neonatal Death Charity, which in layman terms it helps parents through baby loss, whether it was during pregnancy, during the birth, or shortly after birth. And SANS has many support groups supporting parents right the way around the country. But off the back of this, SANS United was formed basically an idea about instead of a support group being there, sitting around in a circle, hi, I'm Mike, I've lost a baby. It's not something you are quite people are open to saying, especially men.
Yeah,
However, through the love of football, this has got dads off the couch. It's got them out the house, playing a bit of football, meeting new people, but also like-minded people that have been through a similar situation. And not always necessarily the dads as well. They are welcoming along, family members and very close friends that were helping you through the darkest of times that we've been through. And off
mm,
the back of that, this has snowballed. Started in Northampton originally, and now there's teams up and down the country. To the north of Scotland, Ireland, pretty much every city in the UK is now a team popping up,
yeah.
and it's incredible the amount of people that have obviously needed this outlet go and express themselves however they feel comfortable.
Yeah, just to have a question, obviously, from Sands United. I'm guessing that's Northamptonshire.
Yeah.
What positions do you have as a club?
So there's some real good traditions we do on because everybody that's part of the team has an anniversary of the baby that they've lost.
Yeah,
Um, Whether it's just one or whether it's multiple babies, that everyone's got an anniversary. And if you think about a squad of 30 people,
yeah, of
and
course.
it's going to be every other week that someone has an anniversary, more than
Mm,
likely. So what we do on that match day, we give that whoever's person anniversary it is, we give that person the captain's armband for the game,
yeah,
and we also offer them either a minute's applause or a minute's silence at the start of each game, which
mm,
all the other teams that we play always agree to,
yeah,
and it's just it gives makes them feel a bit special, and it lets them know that we're all there for this reason.
yeah,
Everybody gets fired up before the football match, but it's almost like, a mind reset to go, this is what we're playing for. Win, lose or draw, we don't care. We're out there representing our Angels on the pitch, and
yeah, of
that's what
course.
means most to us. We have our football shirts. One last thing is we have like I have my boys' names on my
Yeah,
shirt. Everybody
okay.
carries their Angel names under their on their hat under the badge,
Mm,
which every person has their own individual kit, and
yeah,
the number on the back of the shirt also represents something special. It might be their date of birth or something along them lines. So
yeah,
it's a real special club to be a part of.
yeah, 100%. Obviously, I've seen it. Obviously, over a lot of the social medias, and also I believe that obviously we just touched on it a little bit with the Heads Up campaign and Heads Together. I know that Sands United have. I'm not too sure which one, but I know that one of them has been on the TV. Obviously,
Right.
did that help publicise Sands United as well to help with some mental health issues maybe
It,
around it all?
yeah, it certainly has. So it was Northampton team that was the
Okay.
original founding team that
Yeah.
set the whole Fans United train in motion. They inspired all these other people to set teams up, and rightly so. They were the ones that were contacted to, speak to the prince and
Mm,
there are the other, people involved in the charity. And off the back of that, I know myself and my team, just by it being on mainstream TV, people have
Yeah.
noticed it. People have probably seen me wearing some sort of, you know,
Mm.
hat or jacket or something and haven't realised what it is, but have then spoken about it. But then we've also had people step forward and say, "Oh, I was told about you," or "I saw you," and
Mm.
this I've been through a similar situation. And I know many other teams around the country have had people step forward, and there's even been teams forming off the back of that documentary.
Mm.
So it's a powerful tool that was used, and it's going a long way to help us. And the Heads Up campaign is something that I know they want to pursue. Um, the help and to keep it going, the support going, and I look forward to seeing what does come of it in the
Mm.
future.
We've touched on it a little bit with obviously the other guest tonight, and also before. Do you feel that campaigns like this, and it can't, for me, it can't only be this one campaign, but do you feel it's got to be sustainable campaigns going forward?
Yeah, it has to be. I think it's not so much like the campaign inspires the next campaign, and they're going to keep going. And like the team has created one team, then another team, then another. I think hopefully, it's going to, you know, like a spider web,
Yeah.
keep branching out, and other people, link one part of it to their charity, and they might start speaking to each other, and before you know it, you could have a whole load of people wanting to drive forward with the one campaign. I know, the FA Cup, um, the Heads Up FA Cup, they're calling it now,
Yeah.
and like straight
Yeah.
away people are clicking on to the Heads Up and Heads Up. So all
Mm.
these mental health discussions that are going on, but it's all across the term mental health, but there's so many aspects of it.
Yeah, of
So
course.
that's hopefully all these other charities will get with it.
Yeah.
And even if it's just that one hashtag or something that just keeps going,
Mm.
everyone's going to notice it and everyone's going to spot it. It's
100%.
got to
Uh,
use that as a driving force.
yeah. Diary of Lost Dad has said, so proud to know many, many members of Sands United, great ambassadors of fatherhood and sports, supporters of baby loss and mental health. Just from them, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, I didn't ask you the first question, which I think you've touched on a little bit, but the first question, what I normally ask everyone, what does mental health mean to you?
Um, I always think everybody has their own story, and to me, my story is the most important thing in the whole wide world. To somebody else, it might seem very insignificant to me or to you or to somebody else, but it's the biggest thing going on in their head. And to understand that mental health isn't always, the darkest is. It's little things that can build, or people can go home and overthink a comment that was made 6 hours ago. All these different aspects of mental health. You just got to remember that as soon as people go home and close that door, they've got a whole different world going on, and to having been through a situation myself, I it's made me change my thinking, and
Yeah,
using the sort of be kind to others way of thinking is something that hopefully many other people are starting to think about. But it's such a broad thing, mental health. I've got many other aspects going on, in my life. I've lost my mother 12 years ago. I'm living with type 1 diabetes. That's another aspect of
yeah,
mental health that people probably don't even realize, as well as losing three babies. It's no one knows that. Just to look at me, you wouldn't know that. But
yeah,
I've got to keep talking about it, and I'm very proud. And I'll talk all day long about my boys as well. And whether people want to hear it or not is a different question. But
mm,
just having somebody to listen and react to one comment or something that in a positive way
yeah.
will help that person.
And I feel this is what I try to do, obviously, from the start on these lives. I didn't care about a million views. It was just if one comment come from myself or from the guests what come on, helped one person along the way, that would be a success for me. And that's what I always said from the start when I started these.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said with the football team. You know, to go from an idea to then 10 people arriving at the very first meeting that we had, just in a room, just for a
Yeah.
chat, and then 15 people turning up at training, and then we've got through a full season of football.
Mm.
You know, it's not just helping that one person, but it make even if it just was that one person, we didn't get the 11 side going, we'd play five-a-side, and
Yeah.
it, we do whatever it takes to do so. And it's proved that we have helped at least that one person.
Hmm.
And people are, unfortunately, with mental health, we're gonna keep getting members of the team, new members of the team.
Mm.
You know, people learn to live with it. They might be with us 5 years, 10 years down the line,
Mm.
but you know, they've still had this happen in their past that then
Yeah.
you're not going to forget about. You know, it's a massive milestone in your life that, good or bad, you know, it's still there with you. And
Yeah.
just have that is, like I say, help one person every day. If everybody helped one person, you know, it'd be a
Yeah.
great thing, wouldn't it?
100%. Do you feel that it should be educated at a younger age?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think even just in the last couple of years, you know, we've been educated ourselves, and that is only going to grow. Um, there, I don't know what lessons they call them in school these days, but we used to do something like social education, and
Mm.
you know that touched on all sorts of you know things in life. You know, it helped you deal with bereavement and stuff, and you know that's all taught at a younger age, and if they can continue growing that, even by like Prince William on TV, other people are seeing that. Teachers are then going to start talking about it in school, and whether it's school or whether it's college, whether it's just life, you know, parents teaching them. You know, I've been lucky enough to have a son 3 months ago, and you know, he's going to grow up knowing about being kind and helping others, and you know,
Yeah.
I believe that there's good in everybody, and we can just express that onto those around us. It'll just keep growing.
Mm. No, Sonia, who was on last week, said so true. Just helping one person can potentially save them. No, 100%. It
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
you know, I'll give you a quick little example. I had a bit of a wobble a couple of days ago, um, but I'm lucky enough to have a WhatsApp group. Not a football WhatsApp group, just we have a support group for the way we don't talk about football in that group.
Mm.
And I just wrote, it was a big long text, but I wrote it down. Just writing it down was in a little bit of an outpouring to like, it's in text now. I understand what I've written something down and I've acknowledged it that something's wrong. But by pressing send and it going out to the group, you know, it's quite putting yourself in a vulnerable situation if you're letting your guard down. But then the messages that come firing back, whether it's in the group or personal, like private messages, you know, it came straight back, and that picked me up straight away. And but you have to be able to open and speak, and if you can't do that, you're not going to get help back.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you can shoot anyone. Anyone can say, "How you doing?" And you just say, "I'm okay." If you can actually say, "Actually, I'm not okay," it's okay not to be okay, and all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's massive, and it helped me a lot.
Yeah. Sands United again from North Hampshire said the education need to be. Sorry, the education need to be the change of attitude. Be gone with the days of men don't cry and don't show emotions. Educate young people to open up, break the taboo to mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Second that, and just when people say, "Oh, you know, stay strong," whatever, yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to stay strong. Who are you staying strong for? You know, for
Mm.
others. It doesn't matter. You do it for yourself. And as soon as people start realizing that, you know, you'll go a long way to help yourself.
You know, Kevin Powell said good point, and he also said that that was a big step and a brave one too. Saying about obviously what you've just said as well.
Yeah.
Um, as I say, do you feel now? Hopefully, The days have gone of men being scared to bring out and say, "Look, I'm struggling," or do you still feel there's a big stigma behind it?
I think definitely there's a big stigma behind it still. We're making waves and knocking them walls down, but then um, to speak out publicly, that's um, it's hard. There is everybody knows somewhere along the line. There's one person that you probably feel comfortable talking to, and when you
Mm,
do that, it doesn't have to. You're not speaking out to a big audience. You don't have to shout about it. Just to open that one door and knock on that door, pick that phone, is a big step. I think
I think
that's
it,
key to it.
I think what you've said and other people have said it as well is finding that right person to speak to.
It is, yeah. I think if you don't know that person, sometimes speaking quite anonymously can be quite good. Call the helpline where you don't know that person on the end of the call line. Like
Yeah.
Dan's have a call line that I don't know who they are, but I was able to speak to them the day before my son's funeral, and just I couldn't sit and talk to my wife. I couldn't get the words out, so I found myself in a dark, quiet room speaking to someone, a total stranger on the phone. But
Mm.
that helped me, and people need to react. There is all these safe places out there to talk.
Yeah, I think it's what Sonia obviously has just said as well. Really good that you are speaking out, but she's also said we're all here to talk and listen. I feel, yeah, everyone does need to talk and listen, but that's the main thing. You can talk, but the person who you're talking to has to listen.
Yeah. There's so many times you hear people, you're almost looking at them like empty eyes. They're already thinking about the next thing they're going to talk about or tell you their version of it. Sometimes you just don't want any response. You just kind of
Mm,
want someone to take it in and absorb it. And when you do, you found the right person to speak to.
100%. Um, Going forward, what do you obviously want to do with Sands United, Kent? Is there any plans for yourself, obviously, to open up more projects to help others, or are you happy the way it's going? Or do you feel you can help other people with maybe mental health and what people are going through, obviously, sharing your experiences, etc.
Yeah, well, I think as of going forward, growing our social media presence is going a long way to opening us up to letting people know we're here. That's where a lot of people are coming from. I think there's very few people that haven't come from social media interaction.
Yeah.
So growing that presence and that platform, working with brands will be can only help us speed that process up. Um, we've I've been on television, I've been on newspapers, I've been on the radio. I feel like I've been on some of the biggest talk platforms I've seen. But then it was not till we put a sign in the local supermarket that somebody got in touch with us. And so it
Mm,
makes you think there's still so much more to be done. Not
yeah.
everybody listens to that radio station. Not everyone who does have social media. So
Mm,
there is still a hell of a lot more to do. And I know there is another 5 teams worth of people in Kent that, and that's Kent alone, that haven't found us yet and are probably out there looking. But
mm,
so we've still got to keep driving forward and just keep spreading that word. And until somebody that I've never met before starts to get me to join the team, something
yeah.
along them lines, then I
Hmm.
know I'll have made it then within the area to have made it a success.
Yeah. Last point before I let you go, Mike. What do you feel anyone struggling with mental health, if they're around you, what you feel they can do to help them, and also your final thoughts on mental health?
I just think we're here to reach out. There's other members of our team that are prominent across social media. I keep coming back to social media. That's where people can reach us, and people
Yeah.
can easily reach you. But you can like people can't just pick up the phone because we don't have the number, but they can reach out and tag on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So we're there whenever anybody wants to and is comfortable and ready to open up and talk to us. And we keep saying, people don't have to open up straight away. And people can just come along and play some football. And when that might help them be ready to then open up event along the line,
Yep.
which will help. And as far as the final word on mental health, it's just remember everybody's got their own story going on. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Just you've got to be kind to others around you. Remember that a significant problem to you is insignificant to somebody else. But one thing you say may have such a snowball effect on them. Just be a bit mindful, be careful what you say, and just positive, positive attitude and outlook on life, and you know, say hello, say thank you.
Yep. 100%. Thank you very much for coming on. It's really helpful and really insightful for me as well, and hopefully it's helped other people as well who will listen back.
Hope so.
Keep in contact. Obviously, I'm in Kent as well, so anything I can do, as I said to everyone else, please obviously let me know, and if I can help in any way,
I will
yeah,
get you down
I
to a
will.
training session soon then.
Yeah, no, I haven't got a problem if I can.
Good man.
Yeah, so just let me know anything like that, and we'll see what we can do.
Thanks,
Um,
Jamie, and keep up the good work with what
do
you're
you want
doing.
to
Thank
just
you.
put? Do you want to put out your socials before obviously you go as well?
Yeah, yep, sure. Sands United FC Kent is mine. If you put Sands United in any search bar, you'll find a team near you.
Yeah,
And if you can't find one, contact me and I'll point you in the right direction to the right people to either set a team up or the closest team to you.
100%. Cheers. Thank you very much, and we'll
Thanks
speak
very
soon.
much. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye bye. So that was Mike from San United, Kent. Thank you for everyone, obviously, with their comments and discussions. Hopefully this will be saved, and you can go to the YouTube channel, mental health hashtag let us talk. You also can subscribe to that channel and watch past interviews and also future interviews. I'm back on Thursday night as well with another guest. I'll be announcing that tomorrow. It's not a Taj Jackson, but it's another person who wants to share their story. So, Northamptonshire, Sands United, thank you for your comments tonight as well, and Bristol. Yeah, keep on tuning in, hopefully. And anyone who wants to maybe come on the live in the future, please contact me. Cheers, Sonia, as well. Yeah, so just drop me a DM in the after this show. Add me, follow what we're doing. As I say, YouTube channels, mental health hashtag let us talk. I'm back on Thursday night at 8:30. Speak to you then. Anyone's got any struggles before then, happy for you to message me. Speak to you soon. Bye bye. Everyone, obviously.